you thought I would have learned my lesson. You thought that, I don't know. I thought that I would give my father the benefit of the doubt. And also, I was in yet again another dire situation. This was the second time that I can relate to having to start over again was 2 years ago. I was living in Brooklyn and I was in an apartment for a year, and I had 6 different roommates, all of which completely bailed on me. I was the only one that stayed in that apartment for the full amount of time of the lease. There was a lot of shit going on. And I was about to get evicted because I was overstaying the time of the lease, because I didn't have anywhere else to go. And yet again, I am faced with a situation of possible homelessness. And I go to my dad, who I hadn't spoken to in a long time, but he's the only direct family that I have in New York, and I thought I would take the chance. And he said yeah. And another 2 weeks later, after moving in, shit hits the fan, and this time it was over bleach. It was over the smell of bleach. My dad flips out and threatens to call the police on me. He's like directly in my face yelling at me. And as a kid, when that happened, like, I would really freeze up, and I don't know why this is going through my mind, but for any people out there that watch Stranger Things, it's kind of like when Mike was facing the shadow monster from the Upside Down, and he's just like frozen. He's describing that frozen feeling. Like, that was me as a child whenever I got yelled at, especially by my parents or any type of authority figure. And I would just kind of blank out and just internalize and absorb everything that they were saying. And this time, I stood my ground. As he was kind of charging at me, I backed up a couple of steps, but considering, how I used to be and how I had the courage to look him in the eyes and say repeatedly, "Don't touch me," as he was ranting and raving, I think that's progress. I know that's progress. It's small. It's very small, but it's meaningful to me. So I don't know, like, that's just, I have a third thing in terms of how I can relate to starting over, but I think I'm gonna stick with that. I don't know. I haven't spoken to my dad maybe 4 months now, 5 months, but that's by his choice. I've done everything that I can do. And how I'm choosing to move forward is not by, I'm certainly not ignoring him. There's just no contact whatsoever. My birthday is Friday, and I don't expect him to call me or say anything. And I've just grown to a place where I can't always and forever be the adult with my parents. I can't pick up after them. I can't be the person that they're supposed to be all the time. Yes, my father has his own issues, and he just lost his sister this year. That was a really big pain for him. And I tried to be there for him, but he pushed me away. So the way that I'm trying to recreate my own life is through my art. Yeah. So my mother can tell you, as well as a very few select people that know me quite well, I do not deal with change very well. And I've never been accepting of it. I love repetition because that's the way that I taught myself how to understand the world. But there's been reasons and circumstances as to why I'm trying to start a change for myself. Like, being that I already said that I can't continue to be the adult with people all the time. It's exhausting. I'm not saying that I'm giving up. I'm just saying that I need the time to come to a kind of peace with who he is. And that's going to take time. And I'll be waiting for that phone call or that email or that text message or whatever. Just don't show up at my house unannounced. No, that's not cool. But yeah, I'm waiting. But in the meantime, I have to progress with myself. Life does not stop for anyone. And that's a hard realization for anyone. It's a hard realization for me. But the way that I'm trying to move on is by getting a new space to work in, a new apartment. I'm looking to make a studio out of my living room. I want to meet people. I want to make connections. I want to go out and be the best me that I can be and live my life and live my best life. And I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of feeling small all the time. And all I want to do is just do better for myself so that in the process, hopefully, somewhere out there, it'll allow someone to feel something. And that alone is a connection, whether you agree or disagree, or whether you want to bully me or love me. So how I would like to end today is with a poem that I wrote a couple weeks ago. And it means a lot to me. It means not stigmatizing myself, not belittling myself, and just accepting everything about me, every little intricacy. And it's called I'm Not Sorry. I keep telling myself, you're not this room. Though there are moments when I slip thump deep into tongue clogged, frozen by gazes just watching what's happening to me, Danielle. The Danielle that believes it's not a woman's place to take control, to demand more. See this. You're too close. Valid emotions and perspectives have shaped the actions done, but remember, my love, she repeated until the truth bled. You are more than how others treat you. The catch is, she's included. He is, they are not your worth. I am the spectrum. I am androgynous. I am more, demand more from my life. I exist, and I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired of feeling ashamed and tainted. This room, those rooms, are not your worth, and it is not the end. Thank you. This has been another installment of Bouquet. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you like. Show some love. Hope you guys have a beautiful next couple of weeks, and I'll see you next time.